Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at a Rev video about Kirsha. And what is it about? This VTuber, Kirsha, got a billboard and Redditors have a meltdown because this is one of those VTubers that cover like political stuff and whatnot. I've actually seen like because I was curious because I always heard about all the hate this VTuber got for no reason. But I tuned into one of the streams once and seemed pretty chill and whatnot. I just know because the political schizos on social medias and whatnot hate this VTuber for stupid ass reasons. And here's what I think why. It's because they just didn't like her not completely agreeing with every belief they have, whether it be in politics or whatever the fuck. So they needed a reason to publicly have a reason to hate. And they created this fan fiction in their head where in their fan fiction, in their head, their head canon or whatever the fuck, they decided, okay, so this VTuber in my fan fiction is racist or a bigot of some sort. And I'm just going to spread that on social media and just state it as its fact because my brain created it because I am off my meds. And yeah, that basically is what I think about all that. Anyway, let's start the video.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here.
Sorry,
I get once again talking about the very problematic VTuber Kirsha. Now she's upset a lot of Redditors and Twitter freaks with a development regarding her fan base and just her content generally.
Yeah.
So you might remember Kirsha, she's someone we talked about a couple times over the past couple of months. She had basically a whole life ruination campaign launched against her.
Yeah, I, again, don't know why there was so much hate. Like, it's, wow.
By people who are basically trying to deplatform her, take away her sponsors. And one of the big pieces of this was 3 articles made by Vice that were straight up hit pieces. And eventually, through some pressure...
You know, I think Vice did that because I remember seeing that, but I think Vice did that because they're struggling to be relevant because no one wants to read their shitty articles. God, just reminds me of all the game journals that were so desperate. But this is like these ain't game journals. These are like, no one reads their shit, so they're so desperate to be relevant.
Sure, she was able to win that sort of battle and get the articles taken down. Now, what's going on
Which is awesome.
Time? Well, a fan purchased a billboard
nice
for her to promote her content, which we've seen people like Pippa have this done from her own community before. I believe that was in Tennessee.
I have a question. Why does Pippa also get hate from these same schizos? I never understood it.
A couple years ago, but yeah, this is very funny to see. Imagine pulling down the Massachusetts freeway or wherever this is in Massachusetts and seeing Kirsha on a big billboard. Now, of course, you know what's going to happen here. People are very upset. This was a birthday gift to her from her community, and now people are making the pilgrimage, including some angry Redditors. So as you can see, oh, by the way, Reddit is seething about this, because of course they are. So let's...
Yeah, so before we continue, I just gotta say, my thoughts on, like, schizos like this on fucking Reddit, Twitter, and Blue Sky. I just think they're all fucking retards. I'm just gonna say it. They're a bunch of retards that need to go outside and touch some grass, maybe roll around in it a bit, and calm the fuck down because you're getting, like, stressed over nothing. What, you don't like said person? Then don't involve yourself with them. Don't watch them. Don't pay attention to them. You'll be fine. But, you know, they're crazy retards that cannot be reasoned with, so whatever.
Let's read some of the comments from these humble Redditors, okay? First one saying, I did a quick search. It seems like they live in Massachusetts. They're also a huge bigot. Yeah.
Yeah, where's the proof? I knew someone like this. I asked them about they tried to make up shit about someone they hated, and then I literally asked them, okay, yeah, where's the proof? This was in VR chat, by the way, and they schizoed out and started screaming, calling me a bigot, and kind of assumed a lot. And I'm all, by the way, did you just say I was a racist white guy? You do know I'm brown, right? They got quiet and blocked me. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, being called a bigot by Redditors, I mean, that pretty much means absolutely nothing. This person says, what's next? A Proud Boys billboard? Seems like a bit of a
There
jump.
it is.
And then this person, just doing what the anti-racists always do. I can tell by the anime avatar, German name.
You know the German thing's kind of racist.
That they're racist. Yep.
Yep. It's always the anti-racist that say the most racist shit, because one thing I noticed, the so-called anti-racists are all in the West, and they claim that they're not racist, but they then, like, say the most racist shit about people in other countries because they don't share their culture, their same culture and whatnot. Like, they're super racist, or they try to come up with an excuse on why they can be racist. It's amazing.
Yep, once again, the anti-racist strike with some of the most racist stuff you'll ever see. This is in their attempt to battle a supposed bigot, and they're saying based on your German name and anime avatar, in that
so they're prejudiced towards
Germans. A lot of
Germans.
sense. You must be racist. This person says, get the F out of here with the gaming dig.
Right?
This person says, video games are my main hobby. I know from regular personal experience how racist the average hard R gamer can be.
He must be playing Call of Duty, like old Call of Duty lobbies or something.
Seems like you have a lot of experience with that sort of stuff for a guy who's so against racism.
Wait, how much do you want to bet the guy that's claiming that is the person yelling the hard R? Just saying.
Also, when did Kirsha say any of this?
Right?
Making things up for no reason.
Again, they create a fan fiction in their head.
In response to people basically saying, don't generalize, they say, relax. It's the same when someone calls men crappy or white people are racist. If you're not those things, being called them as a generalization shouldn't bother you. Days later, and people still sea-lying and tripping over themselves to gotcha me, y'all keep outing yourselves. It's going great. Yeah, you seem like you're doing really well. Sitting here in a Reddit thread about a random person you could just ignore if you wanted to.
I swear Redditors are losers.
Generalizations, including negative ones, it's fine, right? If you're just not the thing they're saying, they're generalizing about you as a certain class that you are, it shouldn't bother you at all. Imagine using these sorts of negative generalizations on other races or genders, and people like this would lose their mind. But of course, they're going after men and white people. That's the safe edgy. That is Reddit approved, and nobody has a problem with it. It's very pathetic.
This just reminds me this just keeps reminding me why I don't do social media.
Very hypocritical, and I'm sure if there was a generalization made about them that was negative, they wouldn't like it. And of course, you keep going, and mushy, take meds, yes. People saying they seem awful. Then we see the real campaign here. People trying to get this billboard taken down. Again, espouting some of the most ridiculous things that are not things that Kirsha even said. They're miscategorizations of things she said and also just made up. Like, oh, if you want to stop being called a bigot, then stop referring to yourself as a Ku Klux Kirsha. Well, that's what the psychos...
What the fuck?
on places like Twitter and Reddit call her. Like, I think you need to ask those people to stop doing that.
Yeah, she never calls herself... What? It's the fucking weirdos that created their fan fiction of Kirsha in their heads because they hate her so much, so they decided, oh, I'm going to create this fan fiction in my head where, again... I think she's... I want her to be racist in my fan fictions, so I have an excuse to openly hate her. even though, it's not real and they created that image in their head.
That's why it was a thing in the first place, because they're so deluded in what in their minds fits as a bigot or a KKK member. It's ridiculous. But they're literally getting together these forms that they want you to fill out. They want to actually get this taken down. It bothers them so much. These people are trying to work with the city council to get it taken down. Just imagine being this soft over a billboard because you saw the boogeyman you've been crying about on social media.
Ain't it crazy that Kirsha lives rent-free in these nobody's heads? It's kind of crazy that, like, she just lives rent-free in their heads. It's kind of hilarious.
The last couple of years. But here's some more. This person saying, I have seen this person online. She actually said she would report me and my wife's boyfriend to ICE and get us deported.
What?
I couldn't believe somebody could be that bigoted in the present day. This is Reddit, okay?
What? What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, let me guess. That never happened. My god. Yeah, I mean, yeah, look at the response. Me when I lie on the internet. Yeah, it's obvious. It's an obvious lie. Again, someone went so crazy with the thing they created in their head about Kirsha that they created a fan fiction where she threatened to call ICE on them. What the fuck?
Normally, I'd say this is a joke. I believe it. I believe they think.
I think they need to take their meds because that never happened.
Fantasy into their head. But anyways, here's some more. We're a top 1% commenter. Wow, what a way to spend your life.
Wow.
We could call the Billboard company and complain. Should ban billboards like in Vermont. And then another person down here, once again, trying to promote people to get it taken down, right? This is the best thing they can do. This is their World War III, trying to get this billboard taken down. This is the most important moment of their lives. And there's some more here saying that.
Yeah, with a bunch of lies.
Exile them from Massachusetts. Let's get that taken down. Like 99% of VTubers are chill, normal people, but of course, the racist bigot seems a little redundant. One puts up a billboard, nope, her community bought it. I'll stick to these chill VTubers, thanks. That's the closest thing to someone actually making a good use of their time. If you don't like these problematic VTubers like Kirsha, do something else.
Yeah.
Go watch someone else.
Yeah, just go watch someone else. You don't have to like if you're into VTubers and there's one you just really don't like, stop watching. And I'll be honest, I've watched a lot of content creators, a lot of VTubers that I just don't vibe with. I just don't like that much. And you know what I did? I didn't go cry like a bitch on the internet. I just went, yeah, okay, I'm not going to watch you. Bye. Same thing when I see shows or movies I don't like. I'm all, okay, yeah, I tried. I don't like it. I'm done. I'm just going to not watch this. Bye. But no, these people cry like little bitches on the internet. I swear we live in a society full of snowflakes.
Instead of seething on Reddit all day and night. And down here people say, we should be like Vermont and ban these distracting eyesores. Dunkin' Donuts, dispensaries, casinos, and scum-sucker lawyers can figure out another way to let people know they exist. Interesting stuff. Now, the seething would also bleed over into Twitter as well, because of course it would.
Ugh, Twitter.
Saying, pros, it's only up for 30 days. It's in a blue state, so more than likely someone will demand it be taken down. Barely anyone will care or know who Kirsha is. Interesting. It seems like people really care. They're quite upset, in fact.
Oh my god. I see the second part.
And then they say the cons. They forgot to add the fact she's a white supremacist Nazi.
How much you want to bet? Jeez. Where do they come up with this? Again, I know I said it's definitely something they created in their mind that makes them assume. I don't know. I've seen this happen before, by the way. Like, so short little story about when I used to be on VR chat a lot. So I had like two friends. We would just go make funny avatars on VR chat, and then one of them had a friend who was a political schizo that couldn't. They were like these people. They couldn't agree with anyone who believes different than them. And one of my friends was like this. They were Hawaiian, and he constantly said, "Yeah, I'm brown." Like he's literally the most brown person ever. FYI, I'm like super brown. But this person, schizoed out because the Hawaiian person had a different belief than him and called them a white supremacist. Then he literally said, "How am I a white supremacist if I'm brown?" And it shut that guy up for a few seconds. Then he blocked him and told like my other friend that she hangs out with trash and left. And yeah, like he was these types of people that would constantly call anyone they don't agree with a Nazi or a white supremacist, even though, like, how can you be a white supremacist if you're brown? Like I'm like fucking Filipino and Mexican. I've been called that once. That doesn't make sense. Wouldn't I be like a brown supremacist if you want to get real? It shut them up. It shut them up for a few seconds, and then they blocked me. And that's why I don't like going on VR chat. There's a lot of these types in VR chat I noticed. Like, holy fucking shit.
Who blackmails journalists places of employment. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you write a hit piece or a series of hit pieces on someone, and they say, well, I'm going to request a redaction or I'm going to take legal action. That's what she did, and Vice folded instantly. Now, thank you for bringing up that entire scenario, because it's a nice little lead into the next part of this video. Two of the articles were made by Anna Valens. Also, the third one was basically defending Anna as they were getting criticism for these hit piece articles. And it seems like they're having a bit of a time with this, saying, okay, I need to know who bought the Billboard. Why do you want to know that?
Yeah, you weirdo.
I don't really know what the intentions here are. It doesn't seem very good. And if you look at the comment section, looks like the rural Midwest, so it checks out. Her views are seen as acceptable there. Probably Anna V. Like all religious billboards, it was through collective donations from her cult members.
She doesn't have a cult. She just has fans.
Wow. Now, this should have been on Reddit, okay? That post just screams Reddit on so many levels. That would have gotten so many.
This person's probably a Redditor.
In that Reddit thread. Man, what a missed opportunity. This one says, what are the going rates for a non-premium billboard? Surely this isn't her spending her own money, right? No, because she has a community that supports her, so they do stuff like this for her as a reward because she is well liked. I'm also happy to say, just looking at this random grouping of Twitter users, I'm blocked by every single one, including Anna, which is just badges of honor at this point. You know, you're doing something right when all the
the only reason why I would make a Twitter if hell, there needs to be two things. There would be two reasons why I would make a Twitter. If hell froze over, and if I decided, hey, I wonder if I could get blocked by any of these schizos, and I would collect blocks like I'm collecting Pokemon badges. And then when I get enough, I'm all cool. I'm one of the Elite Four now. But yeah, seriously, I would only create a Twitter so I could get blocked
These deranged
by
people are upset with you to the point they gotta hide away
by
from
these
you.
Twitter
But of
freaks.
course, there's another situation involving Vice. Some big news over here. Anna saying, Vice's own Savage Ventures has requested the removal of my collective shout articles. This is due to concerns about the controversial subject matter, not journalistic complaints. Effective immediately. I will no longer contribute to Waypoints. If this upsets you, I recommend contacting Savage Ventures directly with your complaints. Doesn't this kind of feel like a full circle type moment here? Where now all of a sudden they're the victim who's getting treated so unfairly. Like, maybe you shouldn't have made so many hit pieces about VTubers. That's kind of what happened here. And I don't think anyone really feels sorry for this individual, but
Okay, so was it like just Vice trying to be relevant, or was this person just so desperate for attention? I don't know.
yeah, you shouldn't be surprised though. It's Vice. They've
Well, then again, they're also
they have
crazy,
no
so
journalistic integrity. You knew what you were getting into when you started working with this company, but yeah,
it's
that's
Vice.
pretty much the situation for today. A very funny moment. At the end of the day, these people are going to screech and cry no matter what happens with Kirsha or any of the other so-called problematic VTubers who dare to have wrongthink, who dare to have any sort of a viewpoint that upsets these very fragile individuals. And it's going to continue to happen over and over again. And all it does, at the end of the day, just like with the hit pieces and the Life Ruination campaign, it just builds stronger and more unified support among the fan base that already exists. And it brings a lot of people to their attention, to their streams, to their content, their accounts, what have you, because a lot of people will say, what's the big deal? And they'll check this out and enjoy someone's content like this. And honestly, the people who are upset and seethe and slander and do all these things, they were never going to be fans in the first place. So it's like, you're not even wasting it. There's no reason to waste your time on those people anyways. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Yeah, I just... I sometimes don't understand why all these... Like, some content creators get hate like this. Like ones that didn't even really do bad. Then I remembered the reason why Kirsha gets hate is because she does content on political stuff. And I guess that's why Asmongold gets hate. It's because people just can't understand some people don't have the same beliefs as them, so they attack them. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I guess I'm gonna end it right here. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.